2 Class 3s and a Class 2 to finish the programme at Sha Tin on Sunday. Race number 8 is a Class 3 over the 1200 metres, headed by Snap Fit, who's 3 wins so far have all come at Happy Valley over the 1000 metres. This is Sha Tin for the first time for him, in actual fact. Team Spirit rolled forward last time out. He gets barrier 12 here. Valiant Dream is a course and distance winner, 2 starts back. Toy Coon makes his Hong Kong debut. Amazing Kiwi. Beaten favourite last time out over the 1400 metres. Down in trip here. Elegir has a gear change as well. Blinkers going for the first time. Fantasy up in class. Class 3 for the first time. A course and distance winner on debut back in November. And Grade 1 close to a class drop himself, but he's a 2-time course and distance winner in the past. Now, as far as Chung Fa is concerned, the racecourse and training centre in mainland China, Snap Fit, Solomon's Bay, Toy Coon, Nuremberg have been there in the last month, along with Elegir and Grade 1 as well.
Horses that go forward here include Valiant Dream and also Fantasy. Valiant Dream back to the 1200 metres. Team Spirit is potentially another go-forward option here. When they have drawn wide in the past, they have opted to roll forward with him. Tony Bacone rides for Chris So. Snapford should get a good run just behind the speed. Nice run on the trail there from gate number 1. And the debutant Toy Coon will probably be back at the tail. Nuremberg was actually slow out first up as well.
Yeah, just a couple of clips to look at here. Here's a key one, Valiant Dream. Such a professional, likeable racehorse. Goes down the far side on Thursday morning at Sha Tin on the turf, and he keeps running his races and he digs in hard every time. So he's a leading player. By contrast, Toy Coon looks to have plenty on. He's been up at Chung Fa. He's had a couple of trials there. They haven't been very eye-catching, inconclusive overall, and this is a very, very spicy handicap for him to take on first time in Hong Kong.
It certainly is. Let's start off with Snap Fit. Carries top weight here, gets the inside draw. Zach Purton in the saddle.
Snap Fit, Zach, coming to Sha Tin for the first time. What are your thoughts heading into the race?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because he's a horse that's been plagued with a lot of problems, which is why he was so lightly raced. But Happy Valley seemed to the ground there seemed to suit him with the undulations. It was a little bit kinder on his joints, but he just seems to have lost all his early speed recently, and he's looking for either a little bit further or over get track, and it's a nice time to try Sha Tin.
You rode him in a recent gallop. How did he feel?
Yeah, he worked well. Yeah, he's going through his paces nicely.
He's obviously been beaten at his last couple of starts, but overall a record of 3 from 5. Is he a pretty honest type of horse to ride?
He's very honest. I think he's been beaten by his lack of speed early in the races recently. He's just been finding himself a little bit too far back and hasn't been able to pick them up. So hopefully he can put himself in a handier position.
Yeah, barrier 12 at Happy Valley last time as well. Maybe the longer straights will suit him. That's Snap Fit, top weights for him. Valiant Dream. Now, he was a winner 2 starts back at over 20 to 1. Beaten favourite last time out.
Yeah, this was in this blanket finish where we had Team Spirit there, Diamond Brilliant, Flying Bonus, Lockheed, Shining Gem, cool teams not far away there. And in the end, he was able to get his beak down at the right time and win over Lockheed. Then he went back to 1,000 metres and ran gallantly behind Hong Kong Win. I think you've got to respect him back up to the 1200 again, Graham.
100% agree, Tom, because when it gets tough, he rolls up his sleeves and gives plenty. And he was drawn a little away from Hong Kong Win, which may have just cost him slightly, but he's banging form, fully effective at 1,000 and 1,200. OK, final one we're going to have a look at is Fantasy. Down the straights last time out, but he was a winner over the 1,200 first up. Does come up in class, but gets a lightweight as a result. Yeah, he does, and he's a horse with plenty of speed. And he's got a mid-draw and Joe Moreira. So he's got good tactical speed to get across and race with Valiant Dream. You're right, he's up in class, Tom, but he finishes clear of the rest here. And Happy Alumni stays on for third, might just boost the form earlier on Sunday.
Yeah, beaten by a nice type there as well, the War of Courage. He had War of Courage as measured about the 120 or so, but just couldn't quite peg him back late. All
right, but he is the favourite at this stage, Graham, in Fantasy. Which way have you gone?
I've gone with the safe and consistent Valiant Dream, number 4. I think he's bound to run well again, even though he's inching his way up the weights. 13 is my second choice. Fantasy, I think they'll both be on the speed right from the start, and they'll both go well. Snap Fit is at Sha Tin, and I get why they're looking for the bigger track now. He's taken a little while longer to find top gear. And Grade 1's my long shot. He hasn't really pulled up any trees recently, but he's not had the best of luck. I think he's handicapped to run a race at a price. QQP 1, 4, 13, 14.
Same TS as Graham, but I've thrown an Allegear amongst the numbers there with the blinkers on first time. 4-13-1. Valiant Dream, I think, should be tough to beat. Fantasy will be right there. Snapfit's interesting at Sha Tin for the first time. And Allegear, blinkers first time, made some ground at over 100-1 last time out behind Super Wealthy. He was only beaten 6 lengths, but he was finding the line. Slightly better draw this time round with Lyle Hewitson. So 4-13-1 and 10.
Yeah, I've included Allegear as well. I thought it was a good run. Same 4 numbers as Tom. 1 and 13, the Cube. I thought 13 maybe Fantasy with the weight advantage. That's race number 8.